Hello, 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 and welcome to the Cup TV, the Currently Unnamed Podcast. Where we put the real and the tea in reality, and you can always come to us first to quench your thirst. I am your confused girl, Lana, your resident evil diva, and I'm
Not
here to
that.
keep the tea, spill the tea, and drink the tea because you know I love me some tea. Um, I got a cup mug. It's here, it's beautiful, and you can get you one at lanagcreations.etsy.com. That link will be in the description below. And we do ship internationally and domestically, so there are no excuses. Get your cup mug, period, and thank you.
Hi. Hello, everyone. I'm Logan Murphy. Say something gay. Gay. I've got my beautiful sea blue edition Red Bull today for the occasion. Because we're in Fiji, of course. And I'm very excited to talk about Justine. And that's the only thing I'm excited to talk about from this episode of Love Island Games.
I'm excited to talk about Justine as well because mother is mothering and she's queen, and I don't care what anybody says. She can come on this show as many times as she wants and she will still be queen.
Are people
Period.
mad that she's back?
A couple of people are like, Justine, why are you here? Why is she back so many times? And she just wanted to do that. And I'm like,
Boo! Get
she was just
over
on a
it.
perfect match. I was like, first of all, perfect match filmed a year ago. Stay out of
Boo.
stay out of people's pocketbooks. Let that girl make her bag.
You make
Um,
her hit you with her pocketbook.
I mean, because it's heavy, my guy, heavy. But yeah, a lot of people are, she's like she's 30 and they call her old. I'm like, hello,
Boo! Get over it. Justine is an icon and she will make this season better. Count
period.
on it.
Count on it, and I'm excited. And we're gonna talk all about it. But before we do, y'all, if you're joining us for the first time, welcome. Thank you for joining us. We appreciate you being here. Please subscribe to this channel. We are trying to get 1,000 new subscribers by the end of the year, and we are in the it at the end of September, going into October, and I need more people to subscribe. Thank you. Or I will be back next year making the same mission statement, and I will continue to do so until we do it. So if you're tired of hearing me say it, then you know what to do. Subscribe, subscribe, and subscribe, and thank you. And subscribe to all of our channels. All the links will be in the description below. If you're a fan of Drag or Drag Race, At the Cup Pod is the place for you. And if you're a fan of Eurovision Song Contest, At the Cup ESC is the place for you. We truly, truly appreciate all of you for joining us, and we hope that you continue to support. Our audio podcast links are also down in the description below. So if you need to click that to check us out on the go, that is the place for you. You guys are showing out on our audio listening. So we truly, truly appreciate you for doing that. Follow us on join our Patreon. We got a lot of fun things planning and going on in our Patreon. Join the Patreon so you can get early access and exclusive content. So you know, follow us, join that. Follow us on all of our socials at the Cup Pod on Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, and Blue Sky. If you have ever thought about wanting to be a part of a podcast, if you wanted to join the podcast and talk about your favorite shows like Love Island Games or any of the shows that we cover, hit us up in our DMs on Instagram at the Cut Pod. That is the place you can reach us the most. We are looking for new people to join our panel, new POVs, new voices, new attitudes, new looks, new everything. And if you're a female, I'm calling you out. I
Or
really need.
femme presenting.
Oh, that was the next thing that came out of my mouth. If you let me finish my statement, thank you. Female or femme presenting, we would love to have you on this podcast because I'm surrounded by he, theys, and thems, and I want some feminine energy in here with me. Thank you. But we welcome all. Everyone is welcome. We truly, truly appreciate you. If you would join us, hit us up in our Instagram DMs, and that will be great. So let's get into Love Island because, baby, ooh, 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 ooh. We start off this episode ending where we left off with the duels are over. Josh and Lucinda have won their duels. and they are now in Josh back with his couple with Andrea. Lucinda is now in a couple with Tyreek. And we see Tyreek and Lucinda talking on the dock. And he's just like encouraging her, like, you did great. You did a good job. Look at you. She's like, I feel stronger. I feel better. I feel good. I was so down before, and now I feel like I can do this. And I love that Lucinda is starting to get into her own and starting to feel her confidence, because that first day was rough for her. And she kind of was just like, oh, I don't know if I can do it. She was ready to leave. And I was like, girl, you just got
Right.
there. But
I'm
she, go ahead.
I'm definitely thrilled that after that first really, really bad episode that she was able to come and kind of fight back the way that she did in
Hmm.
the most difficult duel they've done in 2 seasons of this show, by the way. Like that was that was a really, really difficult duel. So I applaud
Hmm.
all of them for that, because that was a maze of a fucking duel in itself. I'm happy that Lucinda is getting this confidence boost. I'm upset that it's at the detriment of Andrina here, because we love Andrina. And I'm happy for Josh. I'm sad that it's at the detriment of Charlie here, but I'm very, very happy for both of them getting this boost that they needed to get their confidence going, for sure.
Absolutely. So since we are talking about these couples, let's recap where we left off, who are now in couples, because yeah, we have Kendall and Garby, we have KK and Chris, we have well, we had Andrea and Tyreek. We don't have them now. We have them. We don't have them now, but we have Nicola and Isaiah. We have Mertz and Soline. There's the new couple. I don't know why I didn't take Andrea. There's Tyreek and Lucinda and Andrea and Josh. So those are the couples that we have right now. And Tyreek is an interesting character to me. Tyreek was an interesting character in this episode, but because, like I said, he was encouraging Lucinda, which I loved because she deserved that encouragement. And then he's a little cocky, telling some, I mean, you had a good day. You won your duel. You could sleep in the bed with me. Great. And she's like, ha ha ha, great. Okay. But then he asked her about her feelings, how she's feeling about Mert. And she's like, I mean, it's something. I don't know. I don't know how he feels about me. And he's like, well, I mean, you could still, because he basically was like, I'm going to continue to explore Andrena. You can continue to talk to Mert, but we're still a couple and we're going to be, doing what we got to do. And I was like, fair, fair. Because, like,
Completely
friendship couples
fair.
exist and game couples exist. Like, this is for game. So if you find someone
Yeah.
who you can mesh with competitively and y'all are good on, competing together, sure, that could be a reason for a couple,
Yeah.
but that doesn't mean you can't romantically explore other people.
And I mean, that kind of blends again, like we've kind of been talking. It's day 3. Like,
Right.
continue to explore the people, please, for the love of God. But also, that's kind of the thing that we've been talking about with this new elevated version of Love Island games, is you kind of have to think about the love, the island, and the games side of things. Is like,
Mm-hmm.
maybe you do want to be in a good friendship couple with someone that you have really good competitive compatibility with,
Mm-hmm.
and then maybe you can explore the romantic side of things with somebody else. It's really interesting for me after 3 episodes, seeing who is really looking at the love, the island, and the games here, because we've got
Mm-hmm.
kind of a really good mix of that, I guess, throughout the villa. And
Mm-hmm.
even now, bringing in our 2 bombshells that we got this episode, they're also bringing in this really good energy where both of them are here for very different reasons, it seems like. And
Mm-hmm.
I'm here for it. And it's kind of the energy I wanted to see from this season of Love Island Games, because I feel like the first season, we loved it. We loved the concept. We loved everything about it. But I think the one big thing that I was missing personally as a social strategic gameplay fan was that drive, that energy, that competitive spirit. I wanted just a little bit more of that from people. I don't have to worry about that
Mm-mm.
whatsoever with this cast because 3 episodes in, we are seeing that this villa is bringing out competition in anyone and everyone
Mm-hmm.
that is being put to the test. And I'm really happy to see it this early on.
Absolutely. Absolutely. We see that throughout this entire episode with how people are, like you say, playing the game, figuring out who they're not letting the romantic aspect, which I still want to see, but they're not letting it cloud what they're thinking about the end game and what's best for competition. It's kind of
Exactly.
it's kind of meshing really well with
Yeah.
like the people who are here for love and
Hmm.
but they're also here for the win and the money.
Yeah.
And those couples are making it work and it's not overbearing. Like some
Exactly.
people I'm like, oh, I'm looking at them differently a little bit, not too much, but some. But then we see Tyreek go and comfort Andrina because she is sad because she got demolished in that in that
She
duel.
beat my ass.
She beat she beat like she
I
did. Like
I love Andrina so much because she is the way there is just a pure bluntness to the way that Andrina speaks that I just am such a fan of. She beat my ass, and yeah,
she did.
she
It's just
did,
like
girl.
she
I
actually
love you,
really
Andrina,
did.
but she did.
She know it though, and that's the I love that she knows it. It's like, girl, she did. She really beat you down like that. Like that's crazy. But she was feeling down about it, and I think she was looking for that comfort from Tyreek. And he kind of gave it to her in the first part of it. He was just like he was hugging her, and he was kind of like, you have to like you got to get that fire under you. And she's like, yeah, I can't believe she beat me like that. And he was just like, you're gonna be okay. I don't want to see you cry. You're too pretty to cry. And I was like, okay. But then he's
But
like,
before
but
any of
before,
that, he
uh,
goes, "Can I be real with you? I think I might need a different partner because, baby, if you can't, because now I'm seeing, like, I like you, but
mm-hmm.
now I'm seeing what's going on in these competitions, and I'm just kind of like, baby, Tyreek, you could have saved that. I'm so sorry. Tyreek, you could have saved that. I understand that's how you're feeling, and that's fine to feel that way. I understand feeling that way because that's probably how I would feel in his scenario. That's probably how everyone would feel in his scenario.
Mm-hmm.
But let's be real and honest and genuine. If you actually gave a fuck about this girl, you would be comforting her first and then being like, if you're going to tell her the honest truth, which I think Andrina is the kind of girl that would want to know the honest truth
She
from
asked for that.
Tyreek.
She asked for that. She
Exactly.
literally asked for it the last episode.
Exactly. Comfort her first and then let her and then give her the information that she wants to know. It just felt for me, it felt weird.
I
It
mean,
felt very gameplay. It felt too gameplay for me. And I'm like, I didn't care for it. I didn't care for it from Tyreek.
I have so many issues and things and feelings about Tyreek in this episode.
Oh,
So,
fuck Tyreek after this episode,
oh, well,
in my
okay,
opinion. But
okay. It's I got so many different things about Tyreek in this episode. This one, I'm not that upset because Andrina asked for this. She did not want to be blindsided by him talking about switching. She didn't want him to, she was like, if you're going to switch, I would rather know this because I don't want to look stupid. She asked for this, and
yes,
I get it, and I get it, and
but
I
is that
understand.
how you
Like,
have to lead the conversation though?
I get that. But my thing is, either order he did it, it was going to be the same effect. Either way he said it, if he would have said, he would have like, "Girl, you're okay. You're too pretty to cry. Don't worry about it." But by the way, I'm still might be thinking about leaving. Either way he said it, it was going to have the same effect. So I'm not really mad at the order he said it. He said it, what he said. This man, look, we knew this man was a menace. We knew this man was go speak his mind and be blunt and say what he say. So I am not like, did I find it a little like, dang, bruh? Yeah. But was I'm like, mad, like, please, you should have said, you should said it. I'm not going to tone police anybody. I'm not going to tell anybody how they should speak and how they should say things. He said it how he said it. He said it how he said it. And it is what it is. She wanted to know the truth, and that is the truth. And honestly, she was thinking that herself. She even said, I just know the way she beat my ass, you probably are looking to thinking about going somewhere else. He was like, yeah, I really am. Because that was a horrible performance out of you in this situation. No, no. I look, this is gonna be the one time I'm like, Tyreek, it wasn't that bad. You said what you said. I ain't worried about the order because either way it would have came out, it would have been a horrible thing. Now we'll talk about later. Cause whoosh, my feelings for Tyreek in this episode on my client list, he has dropped a couple of he might almost be the list in a minute. Like, but yeah, I agree. He could have said it more gentler, but I don't expect him to say anything gentle. This man is a menace. This man does not. This man does not.
And this is why all y'all that have been shipping Andrina and Tyreek this entire preseason, no. This is why I said no, because we know what he does and we know what kind of woman Andrina is. So now y'all look like Boo Boo the Fools out here. Not you, Lana, but y'all out here look like Boo Boo the Fools because we know what kind of woman Andrina is. And we know what kind of man Tyreek is from his previous season. Y'all look like Boo Boo the Fool trying to predetermine this damn relationship when I damn knew these two were not going to work.
But she
Because
wanted
he
it to
is a
work.
menace to society.
But she wanted it to work. That's
Okay,
the
and that's
thing.
fine. And
She
now she's
wanted it to work.
realized that doesn't work.
Yeah. Because this man has now kissed her and everything, hugged up on Lucinda, let her know that she's in this couple with her. And then later on, we find him in the bathroom with KK, kissing on KK because KK is bored with Chris. And I don't blame him because, baby, we are in the era. Women do not want a nonchalant man. I'm sorry. Men, if you're looking for a woman, we don't want a nonchalant, too cool for school, laid back man. I need a very chalant man. I want you to be so chalant where you're just like, this is mine. I want her. She want me. Bam. Step off. Like, I want a chalant man. And KK
I
wants a chalant man.
KK
Uh,
wants it to be Soul Ties is crazy.
oh,
She wants to get crazy up in Soul
it's
Ties
so
this
nice.
season. Chris, I'm 3 episodes in. I'm glad to see that Chris is the same old furniture that he was last season. Yeah, KK, get out of there. KK, get out of there.
But do I
KK.
want KK with Tyreek? No.
No, I'm not saying KK with Tyreek either. I'm saying KK run. KK, run away from both of them. Run
Oh,
away. Run away to anyone else. Run away. Girl,
it,
no.
oh my gosh, because Chris is so nonchalant. Very, and honestly,
Boring. I'm not even going to say nonchalant, Lana. Boring.
also think Chris is traumatized. And we need to think about where he just came from. I think could have traumatized that man because of
I agree.
being on camera, being very affectionate, got him blasted on the internet from this
I
that
agree.
same woman. So I do show him a little mercy because I think he's traumatized, but I don't think it's fair that KK has to suffer for his traumatization.
I agree. Completely. I agree completely.
And that is where I'm just so upset with that girl because she just literally, ooh, she took somebody and I don't want to talk about her. But yes, so I
As a
do think
reminder, fuck Hutta.
I just think that it's a bit of traumatization that's going on, and I hope he figures that out. But he also had mentioned that he was like in Nicola, And he literally told her that he liked her. She was his second choice. And he really liked her. He told her this in the bathroom. So I'm just like, so maybe he just don't want to be with KK and maybe he wants to be with Nicola. Which if that's the case,
I wouldn't mind that either.
do that. Do that. Don't
Do that challenge, because honestly, I'm gonna save it for later. I'm gonna save it for later, actually, because I have a lot of thoughts about Miss Nicola later in this episode. So I'm gonna
mhm,
save
mhm,
it.
mhm,
But
mhm, mhm. But yeah, so eh, we also still see Mertz still trying to go after Lucinda, which I love. I appreciate. Mertz is bringing everybody oatmeal. Celine! Okay, Celine. Okay, Celine.
girl,
Okay,
Celine.
Celine.
Miss Celine, I was unfamiliar with your game. I was unfamiliar with the Love Island France. The way this woman throughout this episode was giving moments.
After moment, after moment.
She said,
Ugh, ugh. I was like, girl, he trying to make up for not bringing you breakfast the last yesterday, and he brought everybody. But see, she wants to be special and important, and Merch is not doing that for her. So
I
look,
love that you keep calling him Mertz.
I know Mert. I love Mertz though.
I know you do.
I do love Mertz, but Mert is trying. Mert is really trying, but Celine is not here for Mert anymore. She after that last
No,
conversation they had the other day, she's over
she's
him.
here for Isaiah.
She's here for Isaiah. She likes him, but she's playing very hard to get. And I'm like, Celine,
That's not going to do you well,
that's not gonna
girl.
do you well because Isaiah
Mm.
is an American man, and he's a good-looking American man, and he knows he's a good-looking American man. That attitude and that stuff that you're doing, that hard to get, and that you know, what do you do? I think you gonna have to tell him eventually you like him. Now I think he knows it, and I feel like he knows it. He knows she likes him, and he gonna play the game with her for a little while. But with bombshells coming in on a regular basis, you might want to have to. And this is a shortened season; it's only 2 weeks,
It's 2 weeks.
2 or 3 weeks, maybe, because we only getting like 17 episodes.
Oh, damn.
So
Well, that
yeah, so
sucks.
it's only like 2 or 3 weeks of this. You ain't gonna have time to play hard to get, honey. You have to let them know you like them or whatever. And I think they will be an interesting couple and a couple that could actually win things.
I
So
agree
I'm
completely.
like, girl, step it up. 'Cause she like, take off your glasses. Okay. And you like, what? Nothing. Nothing. It's like, girl. And then in confessionals, like, okay, I'm not saying you got to be the getting school girl, high school girl, like, oh, I really like him, I really like him, I really like him. But you got to at least give him an inkling. Like, I mean, I think your eyes are pretty. That's it. And then I would have let it go from there. And then he would have been like, oh, okay, yeah, she liked me. Absolutely. But that's an interesting combination that I didn't see happening, but I'm not mad at it. I'm actually
I don't
not
know.
mad at it.
I think ultimately what it's going to come down to is that Selene is just not going to let her feelings about anyone be known fast enough
Hmm.
for her to actually make any lasting connections.
Hmm.
And ultimately, I don't think this is the way for her to play this game, and I don't see her doing that well, unfortunately.
I
Like,
don't
if this is
either.
the game she's coming into play, I don't think we're going to see it be that successful, unfortunately.
Because just like we don't want a nonchalant man, men don't want a nonchalant woman.
Unless she's French.
And even then, it's gonna be like, okay, she seems a little, what? Look, French people, y'all know y'all a little arrogant and pompous. There's a little bit of, air about them. And so I think that could either grate up his nerves a little bit, or I don't know. I just think she got to step it up and say something much faster than what she's doing. Um, I'm trying to think. Oh, Andrea and Josh, they got back together. They're great. Blah, blah, blah. I don't care. That was whatever. They go to bed after they go to bed in the morning before the sun comes up, before the lights come on. Charlie gets a text, and he's told that he gets to him and Andrina, too many A's, are going to go away, leave the villa for some R&R. So him and Andrina goes away for their R&R trip to find out that two new bombshells has entered the villa. Well, not really entered the villa yet because they're outside the villa, but they there. And y'all, Mother Justine is in the building. Mother Justine is in the building.
Yes.
I'm so happy.
I love it. I love it. I love it. In the classic words of Kylie Minogue, I love it. I love it. I love it. That is all. And she looks sickening.
Stunning. Stunning. Oh, Justine is there. But Justine is never alone. Not alone. Johnny is also back. And you know what? At first, when I heard Johnny was coming back, I said, Johnny, oh, Johnny. But then I thought about it and I was like, Johnny, oh, it makes so much sense to me why Johnny is back.
Oh
Number
yeah.
one, Justine is the winner of their season.
Mm-hmm.
Justine is the winner of Love Island Games.
Yep.
Johnny has been second place both
Both
times.
times. Yep.
And so Johnny coming back for me was like not a bad thing because I like he still has stuff he want to prove. Like he doesn't want to be second place behind Justine every single time. And
Mm-hmm.
then the energy that Johnny is going to bring to this villa is what we need for
Mm-hmm.
this season of Love Island Games. Because this man is going to come to play. He knows why he's here. And he is, oh, but you know what I also think? I also think we are finally at an era where Johnny might find love and actually stick with it out post the villa because Johnny is getting older.
Yep.
Johnny has a child now. Johnny is getting in that point in his life where he's starting to think about settling down, starting to be a little bit more serious. Like when Johnny back in the first season of Love Island, yeah, he was young, he was very feral, he was out there living, his best life. He wasn't ready for no real relationship. Johnny on Love Island Games, still in that playboy phase. I fear we're coming into a Johnny coming out of his playboy phase. Now, if he finds love in this villa, who knows? Who really knows? But I think this Johnny that we're going to get in this season is going to be light years different from the Johnny we've used to know because I think he's getting older and starting to realize his mortality and like most people do, most playboys do, they start to realize I don't want to be single my whole life. I don't want to be, So I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong, but the energy that Johnny is going to bring to this season, I think, is needed.
Well, and the energy he brought immediately was great because come to find out, him and Andrina have kissed.
They have history.
And you know what?
I'm
I
not
never thought I
surprised.
would say this. I'm not mad at Johnny and Andrina together.
Me either.
I'm really not. I'm really not. I actually think this might be best case scenario for Andrina.
Think this works. I think
Yeah.
this works for
Yeah.
so many reasons. And like some of the reasons I just stated, I think Johnny is in a new place in life. Yes, he is here for the games and he wants to win. And so, and you can see that in how he, went about this whole situation. He's here for the games, but I don't think he's opposed to finding someone if that someone is right.
I agree.
So I kind of like Johnny and Justine and the energy that they are going to bring because number one, you got Justine, who's the winner of last season. She's going to already have people, the target is already squarely on her back,
Yep.
squarely, and people are going to have to fight to get her out.
Yep.
And she is going to put up a fight not to go out. I do think a lot of people, a lot of guys in there are going to want to get with Justine for the fact that she has one and that competitive drive and edge that she does have. I, mm, I just think, I
Mm-hmm.
just think.
I
And
do
the
too.
same thing with Johnny. I think people are going to want to get with Johnny for the sheer fact that he is here for games and they want to win. Honestly, somebody I think needs to look out for Johnny if he doesn't stay with Andrea is Josh.
Mm.
Because I feel like Andrea could be somebody who is right up Johnny's alley.
Yeah. I see that.
But I don't know. But we see Andrea and Charlie go on their dates with Justine and Johnny. And we find out about the history of Andre and Johnny. Charlie didn't really know who Justine was until he put two and two together and was like, oh my God. Oh, you're that Justine. Okay.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh, oh, oh,
Oh,
oh, okay.
oh, you're that Justine. And it was interesting to see those two dynamics come together. And then they had to figure out who they wanted to go into a duel with. Um, And so they went through the pros and cons of each couple. Who would they pick? Who would be best for them? And y'all, the decisions that were made were pretty interesting. So up first, we're gonna go right to the duel because we saw the text messages come through first. This was interesting to me. The text messages come through in the villa while they are out the villa and
Mm-hmm.
they find out who we're going to duel with. Um, and it said that Andrena and her bombshell chose to duel Kendall and Garby.
Garby.
And I was like, oh, oh,
Oh, oh, oh, oh, oh, okay.
oh. I was like, yes, but no. Because this is going to always be the pull and pull for me this season because I'm like, Kendall, yes. Garby, no.
Yep.
Because we find out this is a couple duel and they're going against each other
Mm-hmm.
and the person will give like if Andrea and Charlie win their duel they give their necklace to one of the people in the losing couple
Yeah.
and if they don't win their duel they keep the necklace for themselves and one of them will be dumped from the villa. And I was like, shoot, 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 shoot. So yay
Mm-hmm.
for Kendall having the opportunity to possibly be dumped. But boo, the Garvey also has the possibility to be dumped. And Garvey was visibly shaken by this information. She was like, no, why would you pick me? Kendall was a little nervous too, but Kendall's always nervous. Kendall's always, I don't know. He's always nervous, but he likes to mask his confidence. But he was always also nervous. But Garvey was more like the longer it sat with her, the more nervous she got.
It was unfortunate to see because I really wanted to see Garby's first opportunity at some sort of at some sort of like duel like this, to have her be a lot more powerful and to have her have a lot of strength built into this moment. And unfortunately, that's not what we saw going into this duel. I really think she was just shaken by just so many unknowns, and she talked
Mm-hmm.
about it too. Just so many unknowns kind of capitalized on top of each other really just meant that she was like, I don't really know what to expect. I don't know what we're doing. And I'm just really, really nervous as a result. And I hated to see that. But I wasn't as nervous for Garby going into it, only because when we heard Andrina, Johnny, Justine, and Charlie kind of talking through their scenarios, Andrina did make sure to point out that Kendall was someone that could have a lot of connections later on in the game.
Mm-hmm.
So I had a really good feeling that
Mm-hmm.
if Andrina and Johnny were to win their duel, that she would pick Kendall over Garby. So I
Mm-hmm.
wasn't concerned whatsoever for Garby in this scenario.
No, I wasn't concerned for Garby. I actually kind of wanted it to happen this way, and
Me
that,
too.
um, what I was, what we didn't talk about really quick was the relationship between Kendall and Garby has started to grow a little bit because they are hanging out more, they're talking more. They had a nice long kiss in the photo booth that was like, whoa, okay. Oh,
Out of kind of nowhere, to be honest. And I'm not mad at it for Garby, but I'm
no.
just kind of like,
Honestly, a lot of people, some people online have been like, I'm not buying this. Kendall doesn't like, I'm like, I think we need to kind of just open up our hearts and minds to the concept that maybe the Kindle that we saw on season 6 is not the full extent of who Kendall is. And we don't
yeah,
know. Yes, we've seen his Instagrams of the people that he has found himself in relationships with before, but that doesn't mean that that is the only type of woman that that man likes. He can have it's fine to try different, types of
yes,
women. And I think that's what he's doing right now. And so I think it's a little unfair for us as the viewers to be like, he only likes this type of woman and he would never go for her. That's not true because sometimes the love happens or like happens with people who we least expect it. What we write on
yeah,
paper is sometimes never what we get in real life. Our dream
yeah.
dream man or woman on paper is hardly sometimes never what we end up with. And so I feel like maybe we could give him a little bit of grace. Now, by all means, Kendall is not my favorite person in the world ever, but I'm not going to sit there and say, well, this is the only type of woman he's dated, so that's his type. He only wants that type, and he's not truly into this woman because she doesn't look like all those other women. It could be that maybe this person just changed it a little bit for him. So I'm
I
hoping that for Garby's sake, because I don't want Garby to be, weird.
I could see that. I also want to provide the alternative of I feel like we're going to see the next episode and we're going to see Kendall slowly shifting away from Garby because of what happened in the stool.
Mm.
That is my prediction.
Hmm.
Because we know Kendall. Unfortunately, we know Kendall. When things don't go his way, he shifts away and finds something better. We saw
But
it in the villa. We saw it on Beyond the Villa. I
I
see it
don't.
happening in this scenario too.
I mean, no, I'm not taking your prediction away. Very valid. I'm going to be the counteract to that. I'm not going to think he did that. I don't think because I don't think what happened in this duel was her fault strictly, and I
No,
don't
it
think
wasn't.
he thinks.
But I think
I
she
don't
is.
think he thinks that it was her
Okay.
fault. But like I said, we don't know. You could be so on the money, and we'll watch the episode tonight to find out if you are.
Right.
But I don't know. I want to try to give him the benefit of the doubt in this, but also we see that Charlie and Justine sent their text, and they choose Nicola and Isaiah, and instantly Nicola is like, "What is this bitch? Who is she? Oh my god! Why would they pick us?" ready, let's go. And I was like, not too much,
But
Nicola. I know you're
imagine,
hype.
no,
I
and
know
she
you're
didn't
hype.
know. But
Right.
imagine
And
saying that about Justine.
I'm like, I know you don't know. I know you don't know who it is. And I'm not gonna be mad at you for being hype and pumping yourself up. Good on you, girl, for doing that, but not too much on the B words. Watch your mouth when you
Oh
talk
no,
about
I think
people
she was
you
calling
don't
Charlie a
know.
bitch.
No,
That's
she
fine.
said, who is this he with? She literally was like, who is
Oh,
this? Like like I said, I'm not mad at Nicola for, because she didn't know. She didn't know. But I say a rule of thumb is to watch your mouth when you talk about people you don't know for sure. Now, you can be calling Charlie that if you want to, like Charlie, you can pick me, you're a B for picking me,
hmm.
because you know who that is. You don't know who the bombshell is. Watch your mouth. But then I want to know what she felt like when she saw who it was like, oh, shoot, I didn't call this girl.
Oh,
That's
baby.
would have been me. I would be like, oh, shoot. I take that back. Let me watch the confessionals. If you put out me saying that she's the, I never said that. I never said that because I love her. I never said that, but that would be me. But yeah, but I do love the enthusiasm and the confidence coming from Nicola. I will say that. I love her confidence. She was high, baby. She was ready to go. And I love that.
I love this woman. I love this
I do
woman.
too.
And I'm going to talk more about her when we get to the duel because I have more things to say when we get to the duel.
I will say if this duel was something different and it was a one-on-one, I don't think she would have been saying all that. Okay. That's just me. It's just me.
It's now, would you be saying all of this if it wasn't Justine?
It depends on who it was. Like if it was somebody who I'm thinking would come in like a Justine type who has done this and who has played this and who has done challenge and things like Nicola in a physical one-on-one with Justine or anybody else who is physical like yeah, no, I wouldn't have been as confident if it was a one-on-one like a dual battle like they've done before. But
Oh, that's not what I meant, but okay, we can just talk about the duel.
what did you mean?
No, never mind. Just let's talk about the duel.
Let's talk about the duel. Let's talk about the duel.
Okay.
Let's talk about the duel. First duel was Justine and Charlie, like we said, against Nicola and Isaiah. What did you think about the duel?
Baby, the way that Nicola came in and dominated this duel, Nicola, find yourself another partner. Isaiah's not the right one because Isaiah's holding you back. Because
Mm.
Isaiah was the reason they didn't do nearly as well as they could have done. And I got a little bit upset at several many moments when Isaiah was trying to implicate that Nicola was the reason that they weren't doing as well. When in reality, no, she was the one that was focused, baby. You needed to focus up. Because if you looked, most of the moments where they messed up were because of him.
Agreed. I could not agree more. I think Isaiah was a little loosey goosey with the rope. So the duel itself was you had to navigate a metal boss ring around a heartbreak bar, and if you touch the sides will light up. You have to start back from where you go. There were safe zones in between
Yep.
throughout the bar. So if you got to that point, you would only have to go back to the start of that safe zone. And so, but both had to hold this rope and tether this circle, this ring around this metal bar and not touch the sides.
Yeah.
And I will say, at first, I was like, okay, Justine and Charlie are eating this
Mm-hmm.
up. They're doing really good.
Yep.
It got to a point though where Isaiah and Nicola was struggling at the beginning, but then they got to that first safe zone, and then it was like, okay, now we got here. we can continue. And it got to that very last section for Charlie and Justine that they couldn't
Yeah.
maneuver around the heartbreak part, and there was a lot
Yeah.
of wiggles and turns or whatever. And Nicola was the one who was like, okay, focus, tension,
Yeah.
let go. It was
Yeah.
Nicola was the star of this between the two for me personally. I agree
I
with
loved
you.
it. I
And
loved
she
it.
did really, really well. Like I said, I love her confidence. I love
Mhm.
how she pumped herself up. I love how hyped she got when it was over and they won. And she's
Yeah.
standing on the box like, yeah, I
I
love
loved
that.
it.
I'm
I loved
here
it.
for it. I'm here for it. So,
Um,
Nika,
I've al- I've also done a version of this competition before. um, because they have a place in Vegas called Playground, which is like basically giant Big Brother competitions.
mhm,
If anyone is like a big like Big Brother, Survivor, Love Island Games fan, I highly encourage Playground because it's literally just Big Brother competitions. Like I geek
mhm,
the fuck out every time I go. I try to go every time I'm in Vegas at this point, but because I'm just a big old nerd. But I have to say, doing this, it is so much harder than it
mhm,
looks. Like even doing like the small scale version of it, it is so much harder than it looks in person. Like or on TV. Like
mhm,
it's really and I can only imagine having it with string because
mhm.
normally we see it and it's like a metal pole that you're like directing it with, but having it only be like two pieces of strings, you also have that like tension element to it. Baby, I don't even know. But yeah, difficult comp. Loved this for Nicola and Isaiah. Loved it. Loved it. Loved it. Loved it.
If you are of older generation like myself, we all know of the game Operation.
Oh
And
yes.
this is very much like Operation. It's that tensity, that trying to maneuver something around and out of a space without touching this. And it was like we were paranoid our whole life because those are the kind of games we had. Like, ah. So I love this, and now you make me want to go to Vegas to this play
We have to,
round
Lana.
play.
We have to.
I want to do this because I feel like
They
I
have
would.
they have the balance comp where it's like the balance beam and then there's like giant poker chips that like
Oh,
swing back and forth at you. It's so much
ugh,
fun.
that's crazy. I definitely
It's
want to try this.
so fun. I highly recommend anyone if you're ever in Vegas and you're a social strategic, like if you're a Big Brother Survivor fan like we are, Playground in the Luxor. It is one of the best things about Vegas right now. I love
Definitely
it.
gonna make it. Definitely gonna make a trip there.
We're gonna
Um,
have to go together because it's very, very, very fun.
I will make that happen. But yeah, I just love this, and I was very happy to see the two of them win. I mean, I was happy for them, but then I was like, ah, sucks for Justine and Charlie because Charlie is the one who has to keep the necklace. This man walked in with this necklace, and he's going to end the day with the necklace after giving it off of him for one day. So I felt horrible for Charlie, but that is the way it happened, and
Yeah.
yeah. Our next duel was Andrea and Johnny versus Garby and Kendall. Ah, this one was intense. This one,
Yeah.
woo, this one was super intense because we saw Garby and Kendall struggling a little bit at the beginning. They couldn't get past the
Yeah.
first section, but they, they and Andrea and Johnny were flying through this at first. Like they got through the first section really quickly, and then the second section
Hmm.
really quickly as well. While Kendall and Garvey struggled to get through the first section, and once they did, they struggled to get through the second section.
Yeah.
And by the time they were on the second section, we saw Andrea and Johnny all the way at the end of the last section only to hit the sides at the last second. It was just, I was like, no, like I was literally screaming. Watching this, I was like, oh my god, no. So then they had to start over from where they left, and then,
Yeah.
but honestly, Johnny impressed me throughout this whole thing because he was so encouraging. He was like, stay calm, baby, we got this. Like, don't worry about it. Let's do
I
this.
was thoroughly impressed with Johnny.
He's such a good teammate and a good partner in this situation to her, and she needed it because the confidence that she had lost losing so bad to Lucinda, she needed somebody who was going to be that for her. And I just don't think Tyreek would have been that for her if Tyreek was in that situation with her. So I'm
I
glad
agree.
that it was Johnny and not Tyreek, because he gave her all the encouragement and the confidence that she needed, because by the end of it, the second time, when they after they messed up the first time, the second time she was more vocal. We saw Andrea being more vocal. We saw her like, okay,
I loved
slow,
it.
slow. Okay, I'm gonna tilt. Okay, I need to move one little bit. I need to move a little bit. And he was like, yep, you got it, you got it. She was telling him how to maneuver. And so I love seeing that. And in the end, Andrea and Johnny won. And I was like, yes. And
Period.
Andrea ended up giving her heartbreak necklace to Kendall, which I was like, yes,
Yeah.
give it to Kendall. So our singles are um, Kendall and Charlie. And now we go to this humiliation kink, is what I like to call this. I think Love Island loves to do a humiliation kink with
Especially
everyone.
with hot British men on this franchise. Because baby, you're gonna make Charlie do this again
Again.
and lose it again. At
The
least he had
Islanders,
a good sense of humor about it.
the Islanders had to pick and stand behind or stand next to the person that they wanted to save. And the person with the least amount of votes had to go home.
And we all
And,
knew how this was going to go because Garby had just gotten super emotional about feeling like she let Kendall down. So, of course, the majority was going to vote for Kendall to stay. Thank you to the 5 people that voted for Charlie to stay. At least he got more votes this time. But I'm just like,
I was confused by one vote.
I'm curious if it's the same vote.
I was confused by Johnny's vote.
Me too.
I was like, "Eh?"
Do they know each other
That's what I'm
outside of it?
wondering. I was like, they
Yeah,
must know each other outside this villa.
that's the only explanation for me, is that Johnny and Kendall know each other because they're in the Love Island universe. Like, that's
Hmm.
really the only explanation for me.
I really think Johnny met Kendall when, because now Kendall lives in LA now.
Yeah,
And I'm thinking Johnny and Kendall have met and, maybe established a close friendship or whatever, or at least a decent friendship.
yeah.
Because I was confused. I'm like, Johnny, you were just on this whole thing and had this whole excursion with Charlie, and y'all, what? I don't know. I don't know. But Kendall gets the majority of the votes. The 5 people. And the fact that Charlie comes in as day one bombshell, like he did on season 7, and then leaves right after that because, like, has no chance of staying. It's just justice for Charlie.
Justice for Charlie.
Oh, Love Island, if you are going to continue to bring this man back, next time he comes back, he better come in as an OG. He better come in as a OG. He does not need to come in as a bombshell, especially not a day 2 bombshell. This man needs to be an OG. Period. Period. Oh my God. That's when
I'm
I
so
was
annoyed.
liking Charlie. I'm so very annoyed. And I will say, your season 7 friends, Charlie, had your back on Instagram. They were all under the Love Island Games Instagram post when they showed you who got dumped. It was like, justice for Charlie. This is not right. We saw
This is sick.
Nicholas. We saw Nicholas post. We saw Austin post. We saw Jeremiah post. They were all like, this is not right. Nick, like, I didn't even watch the episode, but this post is pissing me off. So now I don't know if I want to watch it. Like, we've
And
seen
I
it.
watched the episode and I'm pissed off because he went out in the exact same fucking way.
So, for no reason. Like,
Charlie, just go on Love Island UK. You're guaranteed a couple weeks at least. The
like,
USA franchise ain't doing shit for you. Go
it ain't for
be on
you.
UK.
Ugh, this is so annoying. I'm
It's
so frustrated.
sick.
I was so mad. I was like, not this to
Charlie,
Charlie.
Charlie, we adore you here.
You
You're
deserve better.
a sweet man. You deserve better. You deserve so much better than first boot. No. No. Absolutely not.
Ugh, so annoying. Charlie deserves way better. But we do find out after he leaves, he takes pictures with only the. Did we notice that Charlie only took a photo booth picture with Chris and Tyreek?
Uh-huh.
Charlie's the real one. Charlie is like,
Yeah.
I'm not gonna sit here.
But
And
we've been new.
we
We've
knew
been
Charlie was a real
new.
one. I said
I
that since the
love
reunion.
it.
Charlie's a real one. He's like, I'm not playing. He said the 5 people who stood behind me, y'all real, y'all the real ones. They the
Correct.
real ones. Correct. Correct. Ah, love Charlie. Freaking love Charlie. I'm so upset. But after we see Charlie's departure, we get a preview for tomorrow night. And I will have to say, I'm even more annoyed with this episode after that preview because now I am not looking forward to the return of freaking Toby. Toby, of all people, Toby. Ew.
What
Ew.
privilege. What
Toby.
privilege.
I really hope he is the last person we bring in from season 1 of Love Island Games, and we start bringing some new people from the other franchises of Love Island because
I was gonna say, did y'all just forget that all of the other franchises exist and we're just literally going back to Love Island Game Season 1? Are y'all just trying to redo Love Island Game Season 1? Because if
we
that's the
reheat the
case,
nachos.
hi, fan of Love Island here. Other franchises exist. We've proven that. Y'all have shown that. Can we get anybody else up in here?
Because
Like
guess what?
anyone other than an American. I'm sorry, but like it's frustrating.
I mean, Toby's UK, but I will
I don't care.
say,
It's just like
I have a feeling we might get Callum back too. And I don't hate
if
Callum,
y'all wanted to do Love Island Game Season 1 again, just do Love Island Game Season 1 again.
but I really, it's so many people who we could get from other franchises. Like, let's go and get some other franchises up in here, please and thank you. I
There's
hope.
not a
I'm
true Australia rep yet.
not
Where's the
yet,
true Australian?
not
No
yet.
shade, Lucinda, but
You're UK girl. You're UK girl. Yeah, we need some other representation on this show, more, other people. So hopefully after this Toby debacle, because I'm gonna call it a debacle, because ew. But you know what I feel like they're doing? I feel like what they're doing with Love Island Games, which is probably going to annoy me even more. I think they're trying to make Love Island Games like the challenge, where they're going to continue to bring back people, and we're going to get the legends and then the newbies. And they're going to continue to try to build that up, and we're going to get people coming back after year after year after year, like Bananas or CT or whatever. And I
okay,
I
then do it
hope
better.
I hope they don't do that because they have so many different franchises of Love Island that they don't need to do that. But I don't know. I don't know. But even if you're gonna do that, it's better options than Toby. Toby? Ugh. Anyway, we move. But the episode is coming out tonight, and we're gonna talk about it tomorrow. So
No, we're not.
I'm talking about it tomorrow. We're not talking about tomorrow Saturday. No, we're not.
N-
No, we're not. It's Saturday.
If
We're
you
not talking
are,
about
go
it.
for it.
We're not talking about tomorrow because I got plans tomorrow. So no, I have an
We'll be back
engagement.
on Monday to talk about this weekend's shenanigans, and we got
I
to take the
forgot.
whole weekend to take in our thoughts about Toby. So we're
I
gonna take the
forgot about
weekend.
this weekend
Yeah,
thing happening.
yeah, we're gonna take the weekend to absorb Toby and to be pissed off about Charlie. And we'll be back on Monday.
Absolutely. We'll be back Monday to talk all things Love Island games and everything that happens because Toby's back. Whoa. Yeah. So join us on Monday as we talk all things Love Island games, and follow us for subscribe to this channel. Follow us for all of our other channels for all of the important content that we got coming up. We got a lot of content coming your way. There's a lot. So subscribe to this channel, all of our other channels. Follow, hit the notification bell, do all the things. Join our follow our audio podcast links. Join our Patreon. Follow us on all of our socials at The Cut Pod on Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, and Blue Sky. And where you can get your merch at lanagcreations.etsy.com. If you are interested in joining this podcast, hit us up in our Instagram DMs. We truly appreciate it. And yeah, on that note, we're gonna get out of here. So do 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 do.
Do 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 do.
Cheers, y'all.
Cheers.
Bye.